So, bit of a different one, shall we say. Although this video has been playing on my mind for months now, and finally plucked up the courage to, number one, do something about it, and number two, to film this video to explain. Like, I felt like if I did a TikTok or an Instagram little video, it wouldn't have been long enough to explain what's been going on. And Chunky Dunks has been a part of my life for 6 years nearly, and I just feel like I owed it more, and myself more, than just like a quick video to say, yeah, we're shutting, goodbye, thanks for everything. Because this company means so much to me, but I also feel like it's taken so much from me. So I feel like I had to sit down, make a little bit of a video, and hopefully explain. Although I probably feel like I don't need to explain, because a lot of you will just get it. And I'm sure we are not the first business that you have seen this happen to. I am seeing it. Do you know what? I'm actually sick of seeing it on my Instagram. Oh, we're closing. Another great business gone. And you know, you just think, not another. And sadly, we are another of, I'm going to say we were a great business, and recently I just feel like not so much. I feel so down about Chunky Dunks. But we're another one that has fallen victim to the cost of living crisis, and it's not just purely down to that. I've always been a squirreler, so I've always been very good at like saving money for when bad things happen and stuff like that. But it's a big part of it. A lot of factors have happened, and that's why I wanted to make this video. I wanted to make little pointers to make sure that I, you know, do things in a chronological order and an order that makes sense. But you know me, if you're part of this channel, or even if you just follow me on Instagram, you know I am a rambler. So I was like, I'm just going to come on and just do my thing, and hopefully not go off tilt too much, because I have a habit of that. I've got really bad hay fever today. There you go. There's number one of me rambling onto something else. Really bad hay fever. But let's get into it. But the main reason is the cost of living. Although we've got money in the bank to keep going, I'm going to be very honest in this video as well, because I do not shy away from talking about money. I don't think it's an icky thing. Happy to share like our highs and our lows. So stay tuned for that. I will be talking a little bit about that, and if anybody feels like they want me to make more videos on business now that this is all in the open, and share some of my successes, some things that didn't go right, some things that went very right, I'm more than happy to make that a thing as well and help any way I can. But yeah, basically the cost of living was a massive factor, although the biggest one for me, and so many people will relate to this, especially women, your life completely changes when you have a baby. And everybody said it to me, and I was like, no, I can juggle it all, like I'm used to this, I'm used to being a busy person. No. I think if Chunky Dunks had stayed the way that it was when it was successful, making me a lot of money, because I still deem it as successful, even though it's not helping me financially at the moment. It used to be my baby. Chunky Dunks, when I could not have babies, most of you know, for 5 years we struggled to have children, was my baby. It was the only focus I had in my life. It saved me in so many ways, because I couldn't have a child, and I was like, at least I can do this one thing and I can do it really well. And you guys were I had such a lovely community of 40,000 people on my Instagram that would just message me like friends, and it was lovely. It was such a lovely time in business, and I'm talking about like a year to 2 years ago. It was just wonderful, and I remember just feeling like, thank God I've got this, because I don't have much else. Like, that's how I used to feel. And don't get me wrong, like, I had a really good network of friends. I had Sean, but I didn't have that fulfilling thing that made me feel like I had something to get up for in the morning. The Chunky Dunks gave me that, and for that I am so grateful. I'm gonna try not to get emotional, because I've cried a lot over this business to get to this decision. But yeah, it gave me something whilst I didn't have Olive, like, and I never thought I would have Olive. Like, I never thought I would be able to have a baby. So I threw my heart, my soul, probably too much of me into that business. It wasn't healthy at one point. I was working around the clock. When I used to have it from home, I would do my day, like 8 till 6, have my dinner, then go back in there and do more. Like, it was not healthy. Then we got the unit and things were amazing. We were turning over like 6 figures. I made $250,000 in a year turnover, which for me, a little girl from a council estate, that's nothing to some businesses, but to me, I was just like, I've made it. I felt proud of myself for the first time, like, ever. Promised myself I wouldn't cry. I'm not gonna cry. I felt really proud, and I still am proud of it, but now I've had Olive, it's filled a hole that I never really knew needed filling, and it, you know, chunky dunks I thought papered over the cracks. Actually, it didn't. Like I say, it didn't fill the hole, it just papered over them. So when I had Olive, my perspective on life just completely changed. Not only from like a monetary reason, but like how precious my time then became. And I realised I couldn't do it all, and a few people that have had babies were like, I could see it in their eyes when I was like, they were like, how will you juggle it? And I'm like, oh, I'll just do, and you could see they were like, good luck with that, but didn't want to maybe say it. They know I'm a bit of a go-getter and stuff. But yeah, basically when Olive came along, we didn't for the first few months have any like support, unfortunately. We don't really have family that can look after Olive, so we and I do not speak to my family at all. My auntie's helping out now, but at the beginning it was just really hard. As any new mum knows, I'm sure a lot of you are nodding your heads now, but anyway, the low point for me came when I was making a tip. Olive needed feeding, and I held her bottle under my neck, and I was making a TikTok at the same time, and I just thought, no, this is not good. This is not me being present. And another low point for me as well is meeting up with Jasmine in Costa. We've been doing a lot of TikTok lives because it seems the only way to like get sales at the minute, and it's so dejecting when you go on there. Like, poor Jasmine and myself, you know, we've been doing late night lives, we've been doing 6-8 hours a day on these lives, which is like QVC, which again is just not me. I hate it. I hate sales. I hate being like, buy our stuff, but it's not me. Maybe I clearly am in the wrong job, but it, you know, we were always so organic with our sales, and people just bought because they liked us and they liked our product, and that was enough. It's definitely not enough anymore, sorry. Getting choked up. It's not enough. So yeah, basically I'd come home from doing these lives, and then I'd feed Olive, and I wasn't even present. I was making TikTok videos, met Jasmine in Costa after a whole day of her doing these lives, and I just burst into tears because it was a Thursday, and she felt really down. She was like, I've made no sales today, like it's really difficult. I just burst into tears. I just said, oh, we've got 3 days now where we're not on lives and we're not going to make any money, and it was taking over my life. And before Olive, it didn't matter that it took over my life because it's all I had, and that was fine. But do you know what? It became unhealthy, and I've got a love-hate relationship with TikTok where I just don't feel like it's my people. I think it's a very young platform, and it's very beggy, it's very icky. It's just quite toxic, and especially when I'm then going home crying, getting anxious that I'm not going to be on lives, therefore not making any money, therefore how am I going to pay the bills, how am I going to pay... It's just really hard. And I started to notice it affect my relationship with Olive, with Sean, with everybody. How, you know, I was supposed to be enjoying maternity leave, and I was not enjoying it at all, because it was just constantly on my phone, constantly not present. So that was a big part of it. And then I kind of said to, I mean, Jazz has had a big influence, and you know, she's my employee, but she's like one of my best friends as well, and she's not stupid. Like, we talk about these things. She knows the business inside out. She's my right hand woman, and we do a lot of talking about it. And it was just like, we're not getting the same buzz from it anymore. Like, we were doing like 400 or 500 orders a week at one point, and then it went down to 400 or 500 a month, and it's a big drop. And me and Jasmine are both the sort of people, we thrive off of pressure, thrive off of being busy. And when it's not, I just wasn't enjoying it. Like, wasn't enjoying it. We were doing funny little videos, we were doing funny things, chunky like news, we were really trying, and nothing was working, nothing was sticking. And I don't mind giving up loads of my time away from my daughter if I felt like it was fruitful, but it was just getting to the point where we felt like we were putting a lot in and we were just getting nothing back. And I know it's not just me. I've got a lot of small business friends. I know I've obviously seen a lot of these similar posts on Instagram. I know it's not an us thing, because I did beat myself up for a long time. I said, is this me going off having a baby? Is it my fault? Is this what happens because I dared to step away from the business for like a month or two? It's just heavy at the moment. So there's that part of it, and then also the logistics of the cost of living. I understand, I really get it, because we've had to cut back on things. People can't afford luxury chocolate, and people are just not spending as much time on their phones as they were when we were super busy. You know, like, I remember a time, and my friend Rachel from Bare Burners will tell you this. I remember exactly what road I was on the phone to her, and Sean was sitting in the passenger seat, and we made £14,000 in 10 minutes. My phone was like ding, 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 ding. And I didn't have to try. I didn't have to stand on TikTok lives like, hello, buy my stuff. It wasn't like that. It was just very organic, because people had recommended, people had tried and they loved it and they came back. And that was my Halloween launch of 2019, I believe. Oh no, 2021. Or 2020, I can't remember, but either way, it was one of the Halloween launches, and I was just like, we sold out in 10 minutes. And I can honestly say I'm not even making £14,000 a month at the moment. So, and a lot of you will think, oh, that's loads of money if you were. I can tell you, with overheads, with staff wages, I'm a limited company, that's not a lot. So yeah, it's difficult because people are not on their phone as much. Your Instagram, considering I've got 40,000 followers, my story views are about 1,000 to 2,000. It's terrible, and you can't really sell and you can't really push out your stuff if no one's seeing it. And so many people will say, well, pay for marketing then and do that, but I don't think they're getting it. I do not want to be shown to any more people. I have spent nearly 6 years growing that following on Instagram. 40,000 people. All I want to do is be shown to those 40,000 people. I don't want a new audience. I don't want to grow. I was happy at where I was. I have earned those 40,000 people. I expect that, considering the amount of time and effort I've put into that app and platform, that those people should get to see what we're doing. Correct, right? Like, I shouldn't have to pay for ads to be seen by the people that already choose to follow me. So that got me bitter. And obviously, like I say, the cost of living, people are choosing to spend their money elsewhere, and I totally get it. And again, in my heart, because I'm quite a spiritual person, it gave me the ick to sort of like be pushing the sales on people. It just wasn't me. I just thought, I don't want to do this. It doesn't feel right. So then you go down the route of 20% off, 10% off. My margins are already crap as they are, because the chocolate that I use is a very good quality chocolate. Unfortunately, they had to shut their factories in the summer, which meant their prices went up. I think I was getting like, yeah, but I'm not going to say the prices they gave me under contract, but my chocolate doubled overnight. So not only that, I then had a problem getting hold of the chocolate because it was so scarce. So my chocolate doubled. I felt like I couldn't increase the price of my chocolate because I feel like there's a ceiling price on some products, isn't there? Like a sausage roll, a bread roll, a slice. You're not gonna pay any more than X for those things. I feel like with houses, with holidays, with cars, like they have a bigger ceiling price. Does that make sense? But a bar of chocolate's a bar of chocolate. But what I was noticing was my postage had gone up, my electricity, I don't even need to go into that because you guys all have homes, you know about the electricity, but it was worse for businesses. Electricity, the minimum wage went up. I don't pay minimum wage for Jazz, but it meant that the people like packers and stuff that did get minimum wage, it went up by like £1, I think, and then it meant that Jazz didn't look like she was getting such a good salary. So you just think, oh god, it just was all getting too much, and all these costs were increasing. My bins went up, all the ingredients, the sauces, the caramels that we use, everything went through the roof. And if anything, stupidly, just to keep going, because my main aim for this year was only to survive. I didn't want to make mad profits. I just wanted to get through this year, and I couldn't even do that. And yeah, we were reducing prices, so we were doing bundle prices, we were giving a bigger cut away to TikTok Shop, we took £1 off of postage, which doesn't sound a lot, but £1 times 400 orders a month, you know, you do the maths, easy peasy one, it's a lot of money. And yeah, it just became very difficult. My profit margins were never fantastic, but because we were doing high volumes, it was okay. And now I was finding some things after VAT, after corporation tax, after everything had to go out, we were just not doing well, not well enough to warrant the amount of stress and pressure that this business puts on me. And I guess from that, God, I cannot tell you how many evenings and nights I have lay in my bed till 2 o'clock whilst Olive's sleeping. Again, not healthy. Anxious palpitations in my chest, feeling sick. My biggest thing was, don't laugh, but I was like, I'm going to really miss working with my best friend. I'm going to let down my best friend. I'm letting her down. When you hire people, you're responsible for their jobs and their livelihoods. And my God, I felt so terrible about it. But weirdly enough, again, like I say, most of you know I'm a bit spiritual, a bit hippy dippy. I went to bed and I had a dream that we turned the unit, because the way the unit is situated, we've got 2 back rooms that are exactly the same size and then a big kitchen. And I had a weird dream that we continued to work together, but we did beauty. And then I just went into work the next day and said to Jasmine, had this dream, and her face lit up. She was like, what a great idea. And I just can't explain. I think the feeling that I felt summed it up for me and made my decision. I just felt like a noose had been released from my neck. The fact that she was on board with it and she was like, let's bloody do it. Jasmine's a lot more relaxed than me. I'm literally worry, whereas Jasmine is more like, let's go to Spain tomorrow. And I'll be like, well, we haven't planned. She's really spontaneous, and it's something I love about her because it's fun and it's carefree, and I wish I could be a bit more like it, but I am not, and I cannot make myself like it. But yeah, basically me and Jasmine met through beauty. I was a makeup artist and worked in a salon, and we went on our training together, and that's how we met. So in a nice way, I feel like it's kind of coming full circle. And spiritually, like, I think I've always lived by this saying, if it doesn't open easily, it's not your door. And it's the advice I give to all my friends, and I completely ignored my own advice. You know, I'm sitting here trying to push TikTok, trying to push Instagram, trying to push my brand that clearly we've had the best out of it. Like, it gave me 6 great years, 2 incredible years where I had more money than I could ever. It allowed me to go on lovely holidays, drive a lovely car. It allowed me to save up for IVF that I thought I needed. Like, it allowed me to do so much. But now it's at a point where I feel like it's taking too much from me. And I think that's the point you step away. And oh my God, I am such a sensitive person, and I am the sort of person that sort of, anything that doesn't work in life, I feel like it's my failure, like it's something I've done wrong. But none of us could have predicted that the government were going to do this cost. Like, what the hell is going on? Our mortgage has gone up by like nearly 400 quid. Like, I know it's happening to a lot of people, electricity, food. It's just a really crap time. So I was like, I'm not going to blame myself. And I know there's a lot of businesses in the same position. It really affects small businesses because our margins are so small and our overheads are so big. We don't have that huge buying power. And my friend Jackie and Jasmine, actually, both of them sent me the same quote by Stephen Bartlett. And it was something along the lines of, let me get it actually, because it really struck a chord with me. So the quote goes like this: contrary to popular opinion, quitting it is for winners. Knowing when to quit, change direction, leave a toxic situation, demand more from life, or give up on something that wasn't working and move on is a very important skill that people who win at life seem to have. And again, I'm not going to get tearful about it, but that is honestly, like, when I got sent that, I was just like, you're right. I've been self-employed for over 10 years now, and I've always known the right time to stop something or move on. But with Chunky Dunks, I think because it was such a big part of my life, I really did struggle to sort of pull the cord on it and sort of say enough's enough. But I have, and I've made that decision now. Me and Jasmine, and I'm sorry, like I'm sorry if you're disappointed, because I know there's a lot of love out there for our products, just not enough of it to keep us afloat. The summer is always a really difficult time for chocolatiers anyway, like our business tends to dry up. I will really miss doing the Burley Christmas markets. That's one of my favourite things, because you do get that buzz that I really miss, like people loving your products and being there and telling you how great they are. It's a lovely feeling. But me and Jasmine are going to be doing beauty and makeup, so I'm going back to bridal makeup. I feel like it's going to fit in with my family life so much more, make me a happier person. I'm not going to be chasing that money anymore. Like, I really miss making people feel good about themselves, you know, doing someone's nails, giving them a facial, doing their makeup and making them feel $1 million. That's what I want to get back to doing. Like, I really miss that spiritual side of it, where you're just being tactile with people. I don't want to be on TikTok lives anymore begging people to buy my chocolate. It's just not me. It's not me, and that's okay. I see it working for other people and I'm so proud and happy for them, but it's not for me. And I feel like there's been a number of things that have happened that have just not gone our way, and I used to think of it as a personal failure, but actually it's just not, you know, it's the universe telling you to stop, and I was just ignoring it. So anyway, me and Jasmine are going to be turning the unit into beauty rooms, and they're going to be beautiful and tranquil and gorgeous and a lovely environment for us to work from. So we're going to be doing things like gel nails. In fact, we're booked in for our refresher slash, we've always done soak off gels and stuff, but we're training with a different system now because I'm allergic to HEMA, and I'm training with a brand that doesn't have it in, so that's good. So we're re-switching all over to Magpie, so we've got our training very soon on that. Spent a small fortune, but I do believe that, like, investing in these things is important. And yeah, I've been talking to a lot of my old makeup artist friends, getting my juices flowing, and it feels good, guys. It feels right and it feels good. And as long as I get to work with Jasmine, that was my biggest fear. I was like, I'm not going to work with my best friend every day. What am I going to do? And when she said, oh yeah, I'd love to do that, I was like, this is bloody great. What this is. Sorry, my memory card, like, give up the ghost then. So I've just had to delete loads of stuff and come back. But basically, we are going to be doing beauty and makeup. So I don't want to close down my platform of 40,000 people, obviously, because I've built that up myself, and a lot of you are friends on there. So I understand not everyone will stick around, and that's fine, but I'm going to use that platform to advertise my beauty and my makeup and stuff. I do already have separate pages, which I will link in this video below, but I don't want to waste the TikTok following and the Instagram following that I've built up, because that would be crazy. So I hope that you'll still follow me on there, and it will be different content, but it will still be lots of me and Jasmine, because we love making silly videos. We're planning on making a goodbye video, like singing video, because that's what we do best. Although you wouldn't believe it, because we never get, we make all these videos and we think, oh, this will go viral. It doesn't go viral. So yeah, basically, we're going to keep that platform open. And that was a big reason in me not, like, wanting to sell the business as well. So we're going to be doing silly things on there. You'll get to see, like, our nails and, like, work that we're doing. So if you want to stick around for it, absolutely brilliantly, absolutely brilliant. If you don't, I get it. You were here for the chocolate, that's fine. But a lot of my customers have become friends that are just very invested in Olive, invested in catching Sean singing. And that's what my account originally started with. Like, I wasn't selling the chocolate, I was selling me. And, like, people just liked supporting a young family, I think. Honestly, I feel very sad about the situation, but like I said, I feel like I've done all my grieving about a month and a bit ago, and I felt really scared, because it's something you know, when you end something, this is something I've done for, like, a long time, and it did bring me so much pleasure and joy, and I loved it. I did really love it, but like I say, I don't want to leave Chunky Dunks to the point where I grow to hate it. I don't want to get to the point where I have to liquidize it because things are so bad. I want to end on a high, and what we're going to be doing, I think, depending on how many orders we get, we are going to be closing. So this is your chance to get your hands on Chunky Dunks chocolate. We're going to do, like, different price bundles, surprise bundles, and if you know anything about our business, you know you get a good deal. Like, we're not going to send out crap to you. Like, we've always sent out really high quality products that we love designing and making for you. And basically we just need to get, you know, I don't want boxes of Rolos and boxes of Lion Bar and Toffee Crisp when I finish, because I will eat them all. So you're doing me a favour if you buy them. I'm going to be doing like bargain bundles, surprise bundles for people, to get your hands on Chunky Nuggets for the last time. We might even think about bringing back like Halloween specials, because we've got all the moulds, Christmas favourites and stuff like that, and there'll be a last chance to get them. So yeah, let me know what you think. So I think we'll be closing sort of mid to end July, and yeah, so I really hope it goes nuts for the last few weeks. If it goes out with a whimper, I'll be really sad because I would like one last hurrah. So if you did want to get any chocolate, you know, please wait till we sort of drop the well, grab it now, but we'll be doing the bundles and stuff like that in about a week once I gauge the interest, because I just don't know how nuts it will go. I'm not sure if people will be really excited to grab the last little bit of Chunky Dunks, or whether they'll be like, me, don't care. If they don't care, then I know I'm making completely the right decision. But yeah, I feel sad, but I feel like I've done all my grieving, and I'm really glad that this is out in the open, because it's been horrible to keep a secret. You know, I'm an oversharer on my social platforms, so it's really hard to like keep it a secret. And I know me and Jasmine just want to get on with the next phase of our lives and be able to tell people we're taking appointments, and, you know, turn the unit into a beautiful sanctuary rather than a chocolate splattered warehouse. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. If you've got any questions for me, let me know below. But it's an end of an era, guys. I truly believe I was part of a very special time in social media for small businesses, one that I don't think we'll ever see again. It was so lucrative and so amazing, and I miss it. I really miss it. Like, my inbox used to take me hours to get through per night. Like, so many questions, so many conversations, and I've met some amazing friends. Like, some of my customers have become friends that I WhatsApp and do voice notes to. Like, it's given me so much. I've met amazing small business friends through it, so it's not all in vain and it's not all sad. I'm proud of myself for not fully crying throughout this, because I thought I might. But yeah, sometimes things in life just change, and I'm sorry if I've let any of you down, and I hope that you'll support our next venture. I know a lot of you don't live close enough to come and get treatments with us, but if you do, come say hi. Like I say, we'll still be making silly content and nice content, and if you're getting married, let me do your makeup. Yeah, I just think I don't want to put Olive in nursery. I want to spend as much time as possible with her, and this is my way to get the work-life balance and still do a job that I love and still get to work with my friends. So I hope this answers all the questions as to why we're going. And yeah, if you do love a small business, please, if you can, support it, because I know I am not the only one going through a crappy time at the minute. Like, every single small business owner out there would put their hands up and say, yeah, it's not, I think handmade more than anything, like, it's not easy. So thanks for taking the time to listen to why we're shutting. It's probably been very boring, but to me it means a lot, and I think it deserved its own video. So yeah, as always, I will still be on this channel doing vlogs and stuff. It's just a new me, guys. It's new Tiffany. So I hope you stay around and keep in touch, and I'll be selling my machines in chocolate moulds if anyone's interested. So lots of love, guys. Onwards and upwards. See you in my next video. Bye.